Okay, so let's take a closer look at the Rolex Cosmograph Daytona with the Oysterflex bracelet. So I'm just going to kind of review the white gold version, but it's basically exactly the same as the yellow gold version, and then there's actually Everose gold version as well, but they're all exactly the same mechanically and everything, so I'll just stick with one of these for the rest of the review. But for now, get a close look at this yellow gold one, just because we won't be taking a look at it for the rest of the video. So as you can see, built very well, very stylish. I think I like the yellow gold a little bit more than the white gold, but I think that the white gold's slightly more sporty looking. But alright, so let's start off with the case of this white gold here. So it's basically the overall main case is the same as the Daytona ceramic, except for the fact that this is white gold. I mean, it's got the ceramic bezel, it's beautifully made, 40mm case, screw down pushers, just signature Rolex. Looks excellent, very classic design. It's got the red Daytona marking right here. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see that. If we can focus, yeah, there you go. Alright, so as you can see, you got the little red Daytona here. So moving on to the rest of the watch as a whole. So as you can see, it comes on Rolex's signature clasp, which is beautifully made. All Rolex clasps are absolutely superb, and they tend to they put a lot of effort into their clasps, especially on the Submariner when you get that, when you have the diver's extension as well. But this, I mean, it doesn't have a diver's extension. It's not a dive watch. It's only a water resistant to 100 meters, but that's definitely sufficient for any swimming you'd ever be doing. But they still put a lot of detail into this clasp. So let's actually just go over the chronograph feature. So this has, it's not a flyback chronograph, it's just a standard chronograph. So it's got a Rolex in-house 4130 manufacturer movement, and it works absolutely beautifully. So I'll unscrew those pushers here, and that is, the pushers are screwed down on a basis of water resistance, although some other brands do have pushers that are capable of being pushed underwater that are not screw down. Sorry, I'll get that focus there. Okay. Sorry about that. Whoa. Okay. So I'll unscrew both pushers, and I will start the chronograph. So one complaint I have about this Daytona is that there's no lume pip on the actual chronograph seconds hand, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me because, well, I guess it's not a dive watch, but it'd just be nice to have, depending on if you want to use maybe that big seconds hand as a seconds hand, just a running seconds hand. You could do that, and it would be nice so you could tell the time more accurately at night, but it's not a big deal. So I'll stop the chronograph with this top pusher, just like when I started it, and now I will reset it. And as you can see, the hand just flies back. It's a standard chronograph movement. The watch is completely automatic. So actually, let's just move on to a wrist shot here, and alright. So this watch is extremely comfortable on the wrist with that Oysterflex strap. I would say that I would definitely get the Oysterflex version versus the just solid metal bracelet. Just as a matter of comfort and actually cost, this white gold model comes in around $28,800 retail here at Wixon Jewelers, and the yellow gold is slightly cheaper at $27,500, but that is significantly cheaper than the whole metal bracelet versions, and I think that it actually is a lot better because I think that with the Oysterflex bracelet it's a lot more wearable. So overall, this is a very comfortable watch on the wrist. It is definitely not oversized at 40mm. That's perfect, especially for a chronograph, given that chronographs tend to be larger than, say, 40mm, especially from a brand like Rolex with their sports ranges and stuff. Like Audemars, it's much bigger than 40mm. But yeah, so it's an excellent watch on the wrist. All in all, this is a very, very nice watch. I really, really like the effort that Rolex put into it. I think the addition of the Oysterflex bracelet makes it very, very comfortable and sporty. So one thing I would actually like to see in the future is if Rolex would make a Submariner with the Oysterflex bracelet. I think that would be really, really cool. But all in all, if you like this video, please remember to subscribe and share. Thank you.